car. It's the new Bentley Bentayga EWB, which means extended wheelbase. Just look at how long that thing is. Azure first edition. It is a stunning car. But come on inside, because not only is it extremely cold outside and nice and toasty in here, it is so luxurious. Now it's also a great car to drive. We've got a bloody great V8 engine at the front, but because it's the EWB, maybe the best spot to be is in the back. Now I'm 6'2" and I already have a ton of space back here. It is really quite lovely actually, but it gets better. If I use the button down here, or if I pop out this touchscreen remote from the center console here, I can actually go from this business class setup to a more relaxed setup, because this car has the Airline seats specification. So you basically get your own little private jet. Not only does this front seat go forward, a foot stand comes down, it puts me in a nice and relaxed position here, and if I'm still thinking, oh, it's a bit bright, well, how about I close all the blinds? So with a touch of a button, everything comes up, the sunroof blind goes over. I've also got my heated seats, my massaging, my posture. Oh, this is all right. And with my TV here, I could put a show on or a movie, or I could just get some shut eye after my long, hard day driving a Bentley Bentayga. It's like your living room on wheels. Well, actually, it's a whole lot nicer than my living room. We get dual 10.1-inch HD screens mounted to the back of the front seats. We also get a 21-channel, nearly 2,000-watt speaker system by name, which just so happens to be the most powerful you can get in an SUV. But there is always room for improvement. I mean, the mounted screens aren't the best quality. OLED would have been good to see. This handy touchscreen remote is pretty incredible how much you can control on here. Lighting, media, climate. It'll do everything but make you breakfast. But you can ignore all of that, because for me, it's the seats and the extra 18 inches of legroom you get with the EWB that really sets this apart. 6 massage settings, the new postural adjust feature to help keep the blood flowing, and also what are called air bladders in the seat to move and subtly stimulate different parts of your body, all help to reduce fatigue. It's a proper first-class experience. Naught to 60 in 4.5 seconds, 4.5 seconds. It's got a little kick to it, this. We're looking at 542 brake horsepower, which is 550 PS, 770 Newton meters of torque. So if I put my foot down in a safe place, you do get a bit of a pull. A lot of these sort of limousine cars that you might want to be chauffeured in, you know, sometimes you lose that fun driving experience, but this is still a driver's car. It just so happens that you can also sit very comfortably in the back seat as well. Top speed, 180 miles per hour, apparently. I can't say I quite hit that on these rural Somerset country roads. The steering feels incredibly light for a car this size, and you can also adjust the road height if you fancy taking your Bentayga off-road. I would very much like to see a hybrid version of the EWB, or dare I dream a fully electric model someday, but in the meantime, the engine uses a variable displacement system which shuts off 4 of the 8 cylinders when not required, and then quickly reactivates them when needed. And this helps reduce emissions to 294 grams of CO2 per kilometer. And Bentley say you'll get up to 406 miles or 654 kilometers on a single tank. It really is lovely to drive, but I must admit, as much as I deal with my cars, I'm not a professional car reviewer. For me, it's always about the tech and the gadgets. So in the Bentayga here, we've got the main infotainment screen, which also supports Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. I've got a digital dash behind the wheel, and best of all, I would love one of these, a heads-up display with my speed and the limit. And actually, it's one of the sharpest and clearest I've ever seen on a car. I've also got my wireless charger for my phone, if you want to put it down here. Now, I mentioned Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, but I should also add it supports the wireless version of both, so no cables needed. We also get a plethora of driving assist and safety features, including adaptive cruise control, blind spot assist, pedestrian warning, and more cameras than you can shake a stick at, although I find the 360 top view camera the most helpful when I'm parking. And you have the option to fine-tune your setup if you jump into the many settings menus. Check this out though, night vision. It even identifies people and animals, so if you're driving down a dark country road, no streetlights, fog maybe, this night vision camera could be a lifesaver, and honestly, every car needs this. If I'm being picky, the reversing cameras could be a little bit higher quality, and the lenses did get dirty quite quickly while driving, so a little camera wiper would be a nice addition. And obviously you've got all the seat options you could possibly want. Everything is electric and you can fully adjust it to your heart's content. And because it is a freezing cold winter's day, I do have the heated steering wheel and the heated seats on, which is very, very nice. James is in the back there filming. How are you finding it, James?
Very good.
Very good.
I feel like I'm in an aeroplane.
Not with my driving. But I tell you what, it's these sort of finishing touches that just really makes all the difference. The stitching, all the soft touch materials, the fact that it's all color sort of coded. We've got the orange on the gear selector, the wheel, and the stitching throughout. You've got the LED lights behind the panels. Every time I get into the Bentayga, I notice something new. The beautiful Azure First Edition highlights, both inside and out, from the back pillar to the door sills to the seats and the dash. The signature contrast stitching, the lighting with ambient and trim lights that can be individually customized. And even the Bentley logo puddle lights reveal the road beneath you when you open the door. And don't even get me started on the cushions on the headrests in the back. These things are so comfortable, they make me question my life choices and why I can't afford one of these cars. Maybe next year. Good night. And I would love to have it for a little bit longer, but unfortunately, I think Mr. Bentley's going to come and take it away from me tomorrow, so we're going to have to wrap this up. And a big thank you to Bentley for letting me have a play with the Bentayga EWB Azure First Edition this week. I'm Tom the Tech Chap, and I'll catch you in the next one.